Hello everyone. Welcome to Romantic Love Stories. Today, we will experience an emotional journey where love, betrayal, and redemption intertwine. Living in a suburban area of New York, Edward and Connie seem to have a happy and prosperous family with their 8-year-old son, Charlie. However, everything started to change on a stormy day when Connie decided to go against her husband's wishes and head to the city to prepare for an auction in Soho. On the way, Connie accidentally bumped into a young man named Paul, who was carrying a large stack of books. Both of them fell onto the sidewalk, scattering the books everywhere. Feeling embarrassed, Connie helped him pick up the books and realized that she had scraped her knee. Noticing her discomfort, Paul invited her to his apartment to treat the wound. There, they started talking, and Connie learned that Paul was a rare book dealer, lived alone, and was only 27 years old. Before she left, Paul gave her a book as a keepsake. When she got home, Connie secretly read the book and discovered a business card from Paul with his phone number inside. Initially hesitant, she eventually called him and accepted his invitation for coffee. At Paul's apartment, he gently read her a passage from a Braille book for the visually impaired, holding her hand for a brief moment. Overwhelmed with emotions, Connie decided to leave, but she couldn't stop thinking about him. As time passed, Connie and Paul continued to meet, and their relationship quickly crossed the line. Edward, sensing a change in his wife, began to grow suspicious. He hired a private investigator to follow Connie and soon received photos of her meeting with Paul. Gradually, Connie's lies became more apparent, and the tension between husband and wife reached an all-time high. One day, Connie decided to end everything with Paul. However, Edward arrived at Paul's apartment before she did. There, after a tense confrontation, Edward lost control of his anger and used a snow globe, one he had once gifted Connie, to strike Paul, resulting in his death. Panicked, Edward wrapped Paul's body in a rug and disposed of it at a landfill. Returning home, he tried to act as if nothing had happened. The police later arrived at Edward and Connie's home to investigate Paul's disappearance after finding her name and phone number at his apartment. Though Connie tried to remain composed, she couldn't hide her anxiety upon hearing the news. However, Edward continuously defended her in front of the police, causing them to temporarily back off. A week later, the police announced that they had found Paul's body. Suspicion quickly fell on Connie when they discovered that she had received a parking ticket near Paul's apartment on the day he went missing. However, Edward cleverly manipulated the situation, deflecting their suspicions and preventing further interrogation. In the following days, Connie discovered the detective's photos in Edward's coat pocket, realizing that he had known about her affair all along. However, what horrified her even more was the sight of the snow globe, the very object that served as evidence of Edward's crime. Placed back on the bookshelf, as the shocking truth sank in, she made a fateful decision: to destroy all evidence related to the incident. Despite their efforts to live normally, the weight of their crime continued to haunt Edward and Connie. One day, Edward confessed that he wanted to come clean to the police. However, instead of agreeing, Connie suggested a different path, changing their identities and fleeing to Mexico to start a new life together. On their way home after a successful auction, they stopped at an intersection. The traffic light turned green, but Edward remained still. Deep inside, he knew they couldn't run forever. Sooner or later, they would have to face the consequences of their actions. Right at the police station. Thank you for following today's story. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next romantic stories. See you next time.